Alright, hey guys. Sorry, I don't know why, but it wouldn't go live on my Microsoft Edge. So it was being ridiculous. So I need to go back and get rid of some of those things there. But yeah. I was just gonna give it a couple minutes before I started going into my stuff here. I got people upstairs that are being a little bit noisy. It's driving me insane today. But what am I gonna do? Alright, so this is not gonna work right here. I tell you, it's been one of those weeks so far. Hang on and I'll talk to you guys about it. My phone is just about dead, so I wanted to get a charger, but then I'm like, I don't have an extra spot. Yes, I do. Oh, it's gonna phone now. Oh my god. It's just been one of those weeks. And it's been crazy. Essentially, what happened was I found out not this last Sunday, but the Sunday before, while my dad was here at my house dropping something off to me, that I was going to lose my electric today for about 4 hours, approximately 4 hours. And, well, yeah. So I worked everything out where at work I changed my days from, I'm normally off on a Wednesday, so normally I usually do a live on YouTube either a Tuesday afternoon or a Wednesday afternoon, just depending on what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out the consistency and what day would work best, but I haven't been able to figure that out yet. So with me not knowing and figuring things out, it's been kind of sporadic. So I only went live today because it's just, I'll explain it, but basically it's been a messed up week. It's not been a very wonderful week either. So kind of going back, so just to let everybody know, if you're watching this later, I am still working on the ferry. It's been going on, 3 weeks now that I decided to do this. Or it's been already 3 weeks, I think. Yeah, it's been 3 weeks that I started. This is going on the 4th. So almost about a week now, 4 weeks, a month that I've been working on this. I'm just almost halfway. If y'all can see, halfway would be right here where this is rolled up. So I'm just starting to get up near halfway on her, and she's looking very, very nice. It's been long. In this last week, I haven't worked on it as much as I wanted to, but that's something that I'll talk about here. But anyway, she is getting really, really nice, working up pretty good. So kind of let me go back as I start here. Let me go back into why my electric was off today. So a couple weeks ago, well, my roommate that I share a place with, she's kind of my boss work wise, and we share and split everything. Um, she went in on the 5th to have surgery, and I'm talking about July the 5th actually. July the 5th was actually her birthday, and she was having surgery. Well, she was supposed to be home before I went on my vacation back on July the 26th, and well, things didn't turn out. She was released, and then she had to go back into the hospital because, well, she found out she had an infection. She had MRSA and 2 other infections, unfortunately. Well, then then she had to go back for a second surgery while I was just right before I left to go on vacation. So this was surgery number 2 to remove an infection. Then she, while I was away, she had to have yet another surgery, again, to clean out some more infection and stuff. Well, while I was gone, someone was here taking care of her cat, coming in, making sure that she was being fed, she had food, she had water, she was taken care of. Her box was clean, everything. So on the way, she has a 3rd surgery. Well, I come back, she's still between hospital and a secondary hospital, where she doesn't need the full care of an actual hospital. So I'm home since August the 5th, or I'm sorry, August the 4th, and she gets transferred over to another place. And I said, cool, maybe this is a good step. You're gonna start getting better. Well, not this last Sunday, but the Sunday before. So while she's gone, I get a notice, around our building saying that they're gonna the electric company and another electrical company will be here to fix any repairs outside. And they said that they would be here about 9 a.m. and it will last approximately 4 hours. I said, okay. Well, the notice has been out there for a little over a week and a half or so, almost about 2 weeks, I guess. And so, well, it's like, okay. So the very next Monday after I found out, I went in and I changed my time. I'm normally off on Wednesdays. I asked if I can swap my day from Wednesday to Thursday, and then I needed to have this coming Friday, which is tomorrow, off because I have a procedure that I need to get done. Nothing major, just something done on my back. I'm supposed to feel better afterwards. And if I do, we're going to talk about maybe doing something where I don't have to have much done. Another procedure which will give me what they call an ablation, which will block nerves from pain, and I won't have to have anything done for about 6 to 9 months. So I said, okay. So I scheduled to have Thursday off as my day off, and then Friday I scheduled off because I needed to get this procedure done. So I was like, okay. So after I do all that, Thursday comes, and my roommate on Wednesday night, last Wednesday, calls me and she's like, hey, I'm coming home tomorrow. Could you do me a big favor? I still have an open wound. could you go clean my room and, sweep and mop my bathroom and the bedroom? I need to get some of the dust up off the floor so it's not floating around from the cat because I still got an open wound. And I said, I'll do you one better. I'll sweep, I'll mop, I'll dust your room. I even said, I'll go wash your sheets if you want me to. Yes, could you please do so? This way the cat hair's not on the sheets and this and that. And I said, okay, fine, no problem. So Thursday I get off of work. I asked her if I needed to get anything from the store for her. No, I'm not coming home today. It's not set up. I'm like, what's not set up? And she's like, well, I'm supposed to have home health care. Hang on a second. Sorry. She's like, I'm supposed to have home health care come to the house to help keep my wounds, keep the dressings changed on my wounds. I still got that open wound. I'll tell you about it later. But it doesn't look like I'm coming home today. And I was like, okay, well, everything is clean for when you do come home. She's like, well, it looks like it's going to be tomorrow, meaning Friday. And I said, okay. Well, I didn't know when exactly she was going to show up on Friday. I don't think really she even knew until an hour or until they called her and says, hey, we'll be there tomorrow, meaning Saturday, to start working with you and helping you. This is home health care. So about an hour later, I guess she found out that she was being released and that she was coming home. She had told me, but she didn't know exactly what time she'd be home. Well, I'm working and I get caught on a call and she's calling me and texting me, hey, come open the door. And I'm like, well, can you wait a few minutes because I'm stuck on a call? Well, I found a way. I put my call on hold real quick. I ran to the door, said I can't talk real quick right now. Let me finish this call and I'll come back. And she's like, okay. So I get off the call and it's almost time for me to get off work anyway. And she's like, so they say that they're supposed to come and, well, I need you to do me a big, big favor. I can't drive. Can you go do something for me? And I said, anything. What do you want? I need you to go get my prescriptions, please. And I said, well, you need to call the pharmacy, ask them if I can pick them up because the last time they gave me a big hard time about it. All right. So she calls and they say, yeah, just as long as she knows everything. And I'm like, okay, not a problem. I'll go down there. I waited there for over an hour. Finally, I was able to go run to the store real quick, grab something quick for dinner. She can't do anything at this time. So I come home, we have dinner, and I help her. She's telling me how, no, I'm fine. Don't wait on me. It's okay. I can do things on my own. I'm like, okay. I'm here if you need me. Yeah, I know. And then she's like, well, I ended up having to help her do things because, well, she realizes, Miss Stubborn as she is, she can't do what she wants to do. I'll be fine. Just give me a few days after we get home health care coming to the house. I should probably be okay. And this and that. I'm like, okay. Well, I make dinner on Saturday. Home health never showed up. I told her, I go, we're going to have to change your dressings. Well, when she came home, they gave her enough for like 3 changes for her wounds. And I'm like, okay, we can figure this out. So, and now it's going to storm. So if I lose internet, I'm sorry. It's just, and that's another story I have to talk about in between all this. So, they say, okay, well, we'll be there Saturday. Well, no one's called. No one showed up. She's calling. No one's answering. She gets up. She's like, I can't do anything. She goes, I'm dripping all over the place, and meaning her packing in her dressings on the outside, they're sopping. She's draining. She's getting it all over the floor. And I said, well, you need to go lay back down. You got to go flat because we can't have you drip all over the place. I'm like, we're going to have to change your dressings. And she's like, I know. I'm trying to hold on, and I'm trying to wait to see if they come. And I'm like, but if they don't, we're going to have to do this. Yeah, I know. We're going to have to. I had to play doctor, and I had to help her because she can't see what she's doing. I had to change dressings, which I didn't mind. So I help her, and I go, well, this is, I hope, temporary. Maybe somebody will show up. This is Saturday night. So maybe someone will show up tomorrow morning and do this for us and show us what we need to do. Because that was the agreement of her coming home. And excuse me, someone has to text me now. Well, someone was supposed to be here then, and so finally on Sunday someone calls her and they say, well, when did you get home? And she's like, I talked to you on Friday. I told you on Friday I was going home. You said it was set up with the facility. Well, I only have 3 nurses, and one of them is allergic to cats. And I'm like, and my roommate's telling me all this, and I'm like, how is she working from home to home if she's allergic to cats and animals? And she's telling me, so she's telling me how, she's telling me about how this person's allergic to cats, but they're going home to home doing home health. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Well, she's like, I don't know, but she's home to home and she's allergic to cats. And I said, okay, so what's next? She goes, well, the lady told me that they're looking for somebody else. Later on, she calls and says, well, I have one lady that's allergic to cats. I've got one person that had an emergency, and I got another one that can't see until Wednesday. I'm like, oh, great. So she's upset. I'm upset. I'm upset because she's upset. I'm upset because the agreement of her coming home was that someone's going to be here to do something. Well, because we don't know what we're doing. We're not medical professionals. We never were taught how to change her dressings and repack the dressings. So she finally talks to her caseworker. They're upset because they said that they were set up, and so they said, well, we're doing everything right because we weren't trained on how to change her and pack her and everything. And I said, okay, as long as we're doing everything right. And she goes, yes. So don't feel bad. Don't get upset. And I'm like, I'm going to try not to, but this is not right. She goes, I'm even more upset. So they finally get somebody else. Well, after you get released from this one place, it's not up to them to handle anything else. It goes through your primary doctor. I said, okay. So they find another agency. By now, it's Sunday, Monday, and I'm like, I'm not liking the colors of this. And if you know what an infection looks like, an infection looks yellow. It looks green. It doesn't look good. There's a foul smell to everything. And I said, this doesn't look, smell, or anything right. She makes an appointment with her primary doctor because she was told that she needs to start making an appointment to have them check her and make sure she's doing okay. And, she was talking about having possibly a 4th surgery, but it was going to be a good surgery. So I'm like, okay, as long as you say it's gonna be a good surgery, then I'm for it. I'm with you. You know. Well, yesterday I was so infuriated. She goes to her doctor. I was late for work because she needed me to help her. She needed me to change dressings. She's dying in agonizing pain, and she's not one to cry in pain. Well, she goes to her doctor, and her doctor says, "This doesn't smell. This doesn't look. You need to go back to the hospital. You've got another infection." So I'm infuriated. I'm pissed. I'm upset. I can't focus on work. I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out for her. Um, it doesn't directly involve me, but it involves me, but not directly. And I think I'm just was more pissed and upset at the fact that she has to go through this all over again. So I get everybody from work messaging me and asking me how she's doing, and I'm like, well, now's not the time to really ask me because now she's back in the hospital. And I let, whoever I needed to let know about the situation, and basically work was offering time to get off early. And I'm like, I can't do this today. I can't work. I took the opportunity. I got off work early. Yes, it's not a good thing for me, but I didn't have the mental capacity to deal with work yesterday. So, well, she goes back. She tells me, yes, she's got an infection. She's probably going to have another surgery. Today, I find out her doctors are very, very upset and pissed off because, all the work that they've already done, they got to go back and redo again to clean out yet another infection. Now, we're hoping that it's not the same infection that she's had already, and that it's not too bad, but I don't have a good feeling about it. She was supposed to have surgery this afternoon. And I'm sorry if you guys hear noise from upstairs. I've got noisy neighbors again. So she's back in the hospital, and I don't know when she's coming home yet again. So, that's been my last week, and I've been helping her since Friday nonstop. I'm glad to do it. I'm glad to help her. I'm glad to be here for her and do things that she needs me to do for her because she can't do anything. Well, I'm here for her always, whenever she needs to help. Well, in the last week now, there's a hurricane out there. And I don't know if any of my peeps that watch my channel are from Florida, you'll know. And please, I hope everybody stays safe during this hurricane. I'm on the West Coast, and I'm below Tampa. So no matter where this hurricane goes, I'm going to feel some effects. I may not be directly affected by it, but I'm going to feel something out of it. So, let me get another color. I'm going to start this way, so I'm going to go with this color. So, I'm not directly affected by the hurricane. Well, if everybody realizes that Florida is not from West Coast to East Coast. Right now, there's a high pressure in the Atlantic off the Carolinas that's kind of steering it towards Florida. Well, if this pressure strengthens even more and it comes down, I'm going to get some more of it. I don't want to say a direct hit, but I'm going to feel more effects from it. Well, my side of the state is freaking out because there's a hurricane. I understand completely. Yet, at least I don't drive because I don't use gas and I don't have to worry about that part. What I do have to worry about is any little tiny rainstorm, just like now it's fixing the storm. A storm just popped up right as I was going live, and it's thundering like crazy, fixing the storm. So any little storm, if it's strong enough and the winds are strong enough, my power likes to go off. Well, I've already today dealt with my power being off. Electricity, they turned it off. They were supposed to turn it off at 9, didn't go off until 9:45. I went this morning to McDonald's to get breakfast because, well, I can't make anything here. Not that I had the money to do so, but I needed to eat. Well, then I realized, well, I got my bike for Christmas, and that's another story. But I got my bike for Christmas, and I realized, well, it's time to put air in the tires because, well, you know what? My tires are going flat. Well, that's because I ride my bike all the time, and I've realized recently they're starting to get to a point where it's starting to get hard to ride my bike, not realizing that, well, I need to put air in them. Not that I had the money to do so, but again, I ride it all the time, so I really need the air. And if the storm comes, well, in case I need to go anywhere, I need a bike and I need air to be able to do so. So I go to McDonald's, I get breakfast, I take my coffee to go, I go next door to the 7-Eleven, spent over $3 to get air in my tires because the first time around it wouldn't fill my bike tire. Don't know why, it was being ridiculous. Yeah, whatever. So then I come home, my power's still not on, so I said, okay, well, you know what? It's a good perfect time to clean my house. Since my roommate isn't here now, I can go with a sweep, I can mop, I can clean up all her stuff in the bathroom, I can wash her sheets again, soap them. So I put some rubber gloves on, well, not rubber gloves, but I put some gloves on that we were using. I put gloves on, I pull off her sheets, I pick up all her towels from the bathroom, I get my garbage can, I clean it, I take the bag, well, I took the bag out, I clean the garbage can and the inside, make sure that it's not smelling, got some hot water and OxyClean, got her sheets, got her loose nightgowns, and I'm soaking them in OxyClean to make sure we get all that stuff that's on there out, because, well, it needs to come out. I need to put the sheets back on her bed and make it so that when she does come home, it's clean again. I swept and mopped her bathroom because, well, she's got spots all over her bathroom from draining. Yeah, I know, gross. Nothing I can do. So I had to get a good clean on my house today. Then I swept and mopped my room. I mean, just to let you know, my house is all tile. I hate it. It's slippery tile too when it's wet. Absolutely hate it. Anyway, well, I did all that, and then I'm like, well, now they're saying this hurricane's be a category 4. Again, I'm still not gonna get a direct hit, but it's coming through the state of Florida. I'm gonna get some effects from it. Okay. Well, everybody's freaking out already. There's no water at any of the stores. Yes, I know. Well, I'm glad I have a case of water. I stocked up my fridge to make it nice and cold, so that way, if I do lose power, hopefully it's not for long, and I got some cold water. I still got a case, part of a case that's not, doesn't matter. Water's water. Gets hot, you can get it cold again. So, hopefully, keeping fingers crossed, the storm I'm actually hoping for a better scenario than what we're thinking right now. There could be one of three. If this high pressure that's off the Carolinas, if it weakens, maybe this storm will kind of skirt the other way out into the Atlantic. That's the best case scenario. This way, nobody's affected. I hate for someone to be affected by a really bad storm like this one. Now, if anybody knows about hurricanes, the longer it sits over open water and hot water, the more powerful it gets. And it gets into a category 4, it can get up to a category 5, and the category 5s are 4s and 5s are what's really bad. Well, then you got the scenario of which right now where it's at, where the high pressure, it's a little bit strong, but not strong enough to keep it, it's not strong, but it's not strong enough to push it south as it comes closer to Florida. So right now it's expected somewhere between West Palm and I think Palm Bay on the East Coast. And if it goes through that way, it's going to turn and go through the middle of the state of Florida and then possibly back out into the Gulf of Mexico. And I still get something out of this storm. I'm hoping it's just wind and rain. But again, it's going to be a category 4, so it could possibly be a really bad scenario no matter what. Then we have the other scenario. Well, if the high pressure strengthens and it pushes towards the state of Florida, that means the storm is going to be coming more southerly. If that happens, then I'm really going to be more affected by the storm than I would if it didn't hit directly. So we don't know really until possibly tomorrow or Saturday. Tomorrow being Friday the 30th or Saturday the 31st. Because an expected landfall is from Sunday the 1st through Monday the 2nd. Yes, Labor Day. Yay. Second, it's not the second year in a row, but it's the second storm in the last, I don't know, 3-4 years? That has happened around Labor Day. Yes, I know. Awesome. So and I'm hoping tomorrow, if they issue a state of an emergency, I get something earlier. That means I'll be running around tomorrow after my procedure, which will not be a good thing because I'm not supposed to be doing anything heavy duty after the procedure. I'm supposed to come home and I'm supposed to ice my back and relax, but I may not have the opportunity. So what I was saying was I went to the store today because with what little bit of money I have until I get a paycheck of some sort, whether I get a disability or I get my actual paycheck from work. I don't have any money until then, and I have a case of water, which is good. But I had to go get something in case we get the storm. I had to get something to eat to keep me going, which means to me non-perishables. I already have a loaf of bread. I already got a case of water. I'm good on that part, just in case. I think I have peanut butter in the cabinet. I just went and got a couple things of ravioli. They're 10 for 10 this week. I got some cereal bars, some pastry bars. The cat, I made sure she's got some treats because, well, that's all she eats. She does have cat food, but she doesn't like cat food. She's got litter. In case I had to evacuate to my parents' house, I can take the cat. I can take some makeshift litter. Something to make sure she's got litter to go use the bathroom, and keep her, safe as well. Because I don't live in the safest place for a hurricane. I can tell you right now. Where I live near the Gulf of Mexico, and I live near a river, which, if this comes through the state, well, the last time something like this happened was Hurricane Irma. Everybody panicked because it was supposed to be a pretty bad storm, which we got hit. Not directly, but basically the storm came down through the Keys and up through my side. I think it hit near me, but not directly. But anyway, what it did was it emptied out. We live near the Caloosahatchee River, which that's down Fort Myers, Cape Coral area. When the storm came through and was passing through, it wiped the river out, meaning you can literally go and walk out into underneath the bridge. There's no water in the river. Our beach, Fort Myers Beach, you can walk out now. The beach is on the Gulf of Mexico. You can walk out on the beach down to the end of the pier and even further, and there was no water because this storm sucked up all the water. My parents' house, my parents used to live on a canal. It sucked the water out of the canal. But when it comes down and it gets past, that's where you have a problem with storm surge, because the water goes back in, and when it goes back in, it rushes back in, and you are talking about storm surge, flooding. My parents lived on a canal, like I said, and the canal was crossing, and it went over into the yard, and we were afraid that it was gonna have a bad effect and flood. Well, the streets were flooded. People were being done. Excuse me. Nobody I know. But anyway, streets are flooded. People being stupid, trying to think that they can escape in the middle of a hurricane. Yes, you heard that right. In the middle of a hurricane, someone tried to evacuate. Couldn't think of the word. Yeah, not the smartest people. Well, when you try to evacuate in the middle of a hurricane, you have to know and understand that the streets are flooded. Yeah, my parents' street was flooded. And, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about people. So, I'm not being directly affected by the hurricane, but yet all my stores around in the area have no water. Yes, people don't like to prepare during or before a storm for hurricane season. Now, hurricane season goes from June 1st to the end of, I think, October to the beginning of November. Can't remember. I think it's November 1st is the end. Well, and there has been times where it goes past November 1st, but rarely. And there have been times where storms have popped up before June the 1st. But because the waters don't get so hot until around the June the 1st time frame, they don't last. They are little tiny itty bitty storms, and they don't last. Best times for storms are August and September. I went through Hurricane Charlie. I was a kid, and I went through Hurricane Andrew. That's how far back. Hurricane Charlie was a bad storm, and I will never forget Hurricane Charlie. Hurricane Irma, I went through as an adult. living on my own. Forced to evacuate because I was in a mandatory evacuation area because of the river. So no water in any store. I can't even get a gallon of water. Nowhere. Thankfully, I had a case of water. And when I get paid again after the storm and they get supplies, I will have to get water. But you know what? That's what I live for. I live in Florida. That's what happens. So, what else? Can't wait to get done with this one because I need to start working on some of my other paintings I have. Oh, so I was telling you about my appointment tomorrow. So I don't drive, and I have to schedule someone to take me to my appointments, pick me up, bring me home, all of that good stuff. Well, earlier in the week on Monday, I forgot last week to do so, but on Monday I called and I scheduled everything. Because my appointment was supposed to be at 8:15 a.m. I was like, okay, so I don't remember. I called on Monday. And then, or no, I called, I think, on Friday. I think it was Friday. Because I had forgotten. I don't remember, but I think it was Friday. And I called. I did that. Or did I do it Friday? I don't remember now. My brain is so foggy and messed up. It's not funny. So I did that. Well, I get a call on Monday night. Or Monday at 5 o'clock. Oh, we have to change your appointment time. Can you come in tomorrow afternoon? Monday? Yesterday was, no, I called Monday to do the transportation. They called me Tuesday. I keep forgetting today's Thursday. They called me on Tuesday. Can you come tomorrow afternoon on Wednesday to this appointment? I said, no, I can't because you told me on Friday, so I changed my work schedule to be off on Friday instead. So no. Well, we gotta change your time because the doctor will not be in at that time to do the procedure. Okay. Well, if you hurry up and tell me what time, I might be able to schedule my transportation and change the time. Okay, well, how about 11:30? Okay, 11:30 is good. Well, we could do 12:30 if you want. No, 11:30 is fine. I called my transportation. They said, yes, you're within your time frame. You can change it. Awesome. We're good. Set. Well, after I do all that, I get a call from the lady again. And I'm like, did something change again? She goes, well, we're just calling. And I'm like, remember, we just talked. Oh, yes, that's right. I'm sorry. Did it change again? No, it didn't change again. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Well, in the meantime, I'm getting a call, an automated service call from the physician's office telling me that I have an appointment on Friday at 8:15. I hang up the phone. I hang up that call because I'm not going to confirm an appointment for earlier in the time because it was changed. So it gets changed, and she's like, "You're set to go." And I'm like, "Okay." So okay, it's not gonna change again. She's like, like, okay. Well, I could have technically went yesterday, but I didn't have the transportation. Today, it would have been too late to change it anyway. The transportation would have to get the approval from the doctor's office to make sure that it's true and what the reasoning was, and it's up to them if they can change the transportation. I mean, it's a big mess. So I'm like, okay. So I decided that this morning that I was going to do my cleaning today. I'm even tempted to go do my laundry today and wash my roommate's stuff, but I kind of in the end want to wait because if they issue a state of emergency, I might get something early before the 3rd. So, and then I'll have to go out and do some stuff anyway, even though I'm not probably supposed to do so. So, we'll see. So, I wish, I could go grab another thing of water. I don't want to go food shopping until I know the storm is not going to directly affect us, because I do need to go food shopping. I haven't food shopped since I've been home, and I mean, when I say food shop, I haven't gone grocery shopping. I need to go actual grocery shopping, like go suck it up, go buy stuff, and be done. So, just a pain, because I don't drive, so I have to walk to the store. Anyway. Coming along, and it's still thundering. It looks like it's gonna storm. Question is, will it storm? Just a matter of is it or isn't it? That's the question. It's been an exhausting week, and I have to work Saturday. It's end of month. I'm off Sunday and Monday from work, but I still have to start school. That's another thing. I've been so busy with everything since last Friday that my schoolwork has suffered just a little bit. Not much. I'm still proud of myself, but you know what? I know I can do better. Everybody tells me I'm too hard on myself. Yes, I'm very hard on myself. I'm good, ever since I've been in college, after my 20s, I realized that if I don't do good, if I don't study, I'm not gonna succeed. So, ever since I started school last September, so it's gonna be about a year that I've started. And I was hoping to be almost done by now, but I can't go full time. They won't let me yet. It's one of the requirements, unfortunately. So I would like to go full time, but it ain't happening. As many of you know, if you're new, I'm doing DeVry online, medical coding and billing, certificate degree. After I'm done, I will take the test, and if I pass it, I can be a medical coder and biller rather, not both. Not the same thing. I am just starting the coding classes on Monday, Labor Day. Coding classes entails you to have a book, this big book. And when I say big, it's pretty darn thick. Means that I need to get a coding, I have stuff that's due every Tuesday, every Thursday, and they say Sunday, but I like to have everything done by Saturday nights. So it just means I'm going to have to study my butt off. And that means I'm going to have something to do every single day. And the first thing that's due on Tuesdays are discussions that are due and are 5 paragraphs long. And it's on a video lecture. And it's like, oh my God, it's ridiculous. But, excuse me. But if I want to do it, I will do it and I will succeed. Class was just to health information systems, and my paper I didn't do so well, and I'm not that great of a let's write a paper type person. Give me the paper, I will just put it all out there in maybe one paragraph. I don't expand. I don't do papers. Yeah, I hate them. I didn't do very well. I had an 88.5. I had a 97 in the class, and I went down to a 95 something. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna freak out. My final exam. That's just telling me that there's a dangerous storm. Final exam was 50 questions, 200 points. I dropped down to a 93 something. Still ended up with an A. I still keep my 4.0 GPA. Yes, I'm drinking tea. Sorry. I dropped to a 93, which I'm still proud of myself. You know, but I've been stressed for the last week and so much going on that this is what happens when I don't focus and put my mind to things. And, you know, just doing everything I had to do here at my house. Make sure that my roommate's taken care of, you know. Anytime, you know, I'm not moaning, groaning, and complaining about helping her because I'm thrilled to help her and do what she needs me to do for her. Getting her situated has made my studies go a little bit, so I'm happy about it, but you know what, I still did good. So, everything is still good on there. It's just now starting this coding class. It opens up on Sunday. So means Sunday probably I'm gonna start working on it. Monday I have to set time. I'm gonna have to take time every single day and work on something because I'm not gonna do good if I don't. In which I had been every single day. It used to be where classes, you know, you have a discussion as part of your attendance. Well, you had to initially post by a Wednesday for full maximum points. Then you had to do 2 subsequent posts before the end of the week by Sunday as part of your grade and part of that's your attendance grade right there. Well, now this is coming to be a little bit different where I was able to start it on a Sunday, post Sunday. I could probably get a post on Sunday, maybe Monday. This last time it depended on the professor because this one was so more engaged and involved that I was in, you know, you could do one of 2 things on your subsequent post. You can post on another student's post, or you can answer a question for your professor that has asked. So, hang on a second, sorry. So, anyway, I was able to do that. I was able to do Sunday, Monday, and probably be done by Tuesday on my posting. The only other thing to do was either a lab. This class was a lab, and you had a lab every so many weeks, like your second, your fourth, and your sixth week, and then you had a quiz. Well, the quiz you pretty much had almost every single week. There was a couple of weeks that we didn't have a quiz, which was understandable because the lab took most of the week in prep for it. Instead of the quiz, and then we had a paper as well. So, I was able to get everything done before a Friday. Now, this class is going to be a little bit more difficult and it's going to be a little bit more different. I'm going to have to do something every single day in order to pass this class because it is coding. And it's coding for diseases. So, if you didn't know, it gets a little bit more technical where you're coding for diseases, you're coding for different things. So in order to pass the exit exam to get your license to be a coder or a biller, you have to learn all of these codes, and you have to have a manual, and you're able to write in the manual. But I'm going to learn all this starting now, starting next week, starting Sunday, and I'm going to need to focus. So I'm sorry if my videos won't be as much. This is just before I get busy, I'm going to start posting at least once a week and go live once a week. That's my plan. This is how I'm going to try and keep doing something to get my mind off school, get my mind off work, still to diamond paint. I will always diamond paint. I just don't know how often. I'm going to try and keep it at least once a week, where there is one day that I will do diamond painting, whether it's one day I do a live. And that's the only diamond painting I do. But I will take time. At least 2-3 hours a day or, a week. So I will not stop diamond painting. I'm sorry if some of you liked my videos. The more frequent ones, I'm sorry. It's gonna not be as much. But anybody who knows me will understand. I have to work. I have to go to school. I have to get a better job. I have to do something. I'm going to lose my mind soon enough. But I don't want to. I better not lose my mind. So, y'all didn't know or didn't see my last video. I hope y'all did. Or not my last one. The one before. I got these little card reminders. I love it. I got them off at Etsy. There is somebody by the name of Tiny Pufferfish. Really awesome ones. I love them, Tiny Pufferfish. If you ever watch any of my videos, love them. And I'm going to look for some more off your shop when I have a chance. Right now, I got some obligations that I have to take care of. I've got to go grocery shopping. I've got to pay a few things. I've got to buy another book for school, which is over $100, which I'm hoping soon that I can actually get something to help me, or financial aid to help me get that book. So, book I had to buy was an unplanned $85, but I'd rather pay for it now. $85. Get the book because I need it for the very first day of class, which is on Monday. Well, technically Monday, but it opens up on Sunday, I think. I don't know if this one's going to open up on Sunday. If it opens up on Sunday, great. See. I'm excited to start that class, and you know, the next book I gotta get is gonna be $105, so it's going on almost $200 worth of books just for this class. But there's 2 classes to this coding, so it's a book that I need for this class and the next. And y'all, this is going to be a lab class too, so yay! Let's see how much fun and interesting stuff I will get and will need to learn. Y'all, it has not stopped thundering. It's gnarly looking out there. It's dark. Glad I went to the store when I did. Probably this time of night, everybody's at the store buying up everything in the store. Because everybody's freaking out. I completely understand. So, you know, not like we won't eat the food that we buy, but it is also Labor Day weekend. And I hope something happens when we find out what's going on with the storm. I love my ruler. It's actually bigger than the previous one that I have. But also you all have to know that it takes me forever in a day to finish a part of this because I'm constantly changing colors. I don't mind because I'd rather have the straightness than, hey, let me just place them and then be all crooked and weird. I'd rather be straight. Yes, I'm that person. So. Oops, I forgot one. I didn't see the symbol very well. That's my fault. So, I think what I'm going to do, so what I like to do when I have diamonds that from this project itself, if they fall or I don't catch them in time to put them back in the same container before I put it away and then I pull out another container, what I've actually been doing is I got this little jar here. I've been actually throwing them in this jar, so if I figure out there is a color that I ran out of and I need it, I can go back into that jar and say, well, here's the color. I think I got one. I'll go into the jar and grab it. So far, I haven't needed to go back into that jar yet, but who's to say that won't happen? So, this is looking awesome. I love the AB diamonds that, come with it. I wish the green was a little bit more like the yellow and the white. Like around the edges of her dress here, that kind of stuff. So, it would be awesome. Sorry, I have to keep checking my phone. If the storm comes through, and I have to make sure Professor knows what the You know, the deal is, hopefully I'm not directly affected by it, but I will have to keep somebody know of the issue. Not that my work should fail. And I forgot another one, so now I want two more. Yes. Anyway, there's that one. There's that. Okay. Alright, guys. I'm a little over an hour. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to take a quick breather break, go rummage the fridge. I just realized I haven't eaten since this morning at 10:45, so I'm a bit hungry. It's only 6, and it's going on 6 o'clock. Need to go rummage my fridge and see what I got so that I can eat something. It's probably gonna be spaghetti. It's probably gonna be something. I don't know. Spaghetti. I've got hamburger and tomato that I can put over some pasta. Yeah, I don't know. Go get something to eat. Maybe go clean up. Come back and do this. I want to work on this some more tonight. Because really I don't have much else to do. Can't really do a whole lot until maybe tomorrow. Which tomorrow is my laundry day, which laundry comes tomorrow. I'll do everything, soaking everything tonight, so that way it's done, it's ready. I can go throw it in the wash tomorrow. Yeah, I know I'm just rambling now, but you know what? That's all for me today. If you like my video, please like it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you have questions, put them down in the comments. I will answer. I don't know when I'm going to put up another video. I may put something up coming this weekend. I've already did a time lapse yesterday. I might do another time lapse coming up this weekend. Excuse me. Coming up this weekend. It just depends on how I feel. Tomorrow, if I feel up to it, I might do it then. And get some stuff done. I don't know, because I do have some type of a procedure. I'm probably not allowed to sit very much. I'm gonna have to ice my back a lot. I can't use heat, so I'm probably gonna be in some little bit of pain tomorrow, bruised and all. But I will let you all know how that goes, and we'll see, and hopefully we'll get some things done. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Have a good night. If you're seeing this tonight on August the 29th, 2019. Otherwise, if you're seeing this a little later, I hope you're having a great day and have a great day. Bye.